So it's important to realize before we get going on this song that the instruments in the actual recording have been tuned up from perfect tuning. What I'm showing you here on the piano may not sound exactly correct. I checked this on my keyboard, and when I figured this out, I was 22 semitones above perfect tuning. So make sure when you're playing this song, tune your keyboard up to 22 semitones, or 20 if your keyboard only does 10 semitone intervals, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. These chords are completely correct though. With that in mind, your main chord progression is going to be based around 3 major 7th chords in the right hand and then single notes in the left hand. So the first one is this. You start with a B flat major 7th in the right hand, B flat D F A. That's in its root position, and your left hand is going to be playing G. Keep in mind that I'm showing you the left hand an octave higher than where it should be. Just something to keep in mind. You should move this down 12 half steps that way to get the good feel of this song. So combined with the chord in the right hand, this is going to make a G minor 7th with an added 9th. Yeah, okay, so at any rate, that's the first one, and this one's going to get held 3 times, or most of the time it's going to get held 3 times longer than the other 2 chords, than the time it takes to play the other 2 chords. At the beginning of the song, this gets held only twice as long as the time it takes to play the other 2 chords, but for the most part, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. At any rate, there's this, and then you go here. You play a C major 7th, C, E, G, B, with an A in the left hand to make an A minor 7th with an added 9th. Then you go to, that's a B major 7th, B, D sharp, F sharp, A sharp, combined with an G sharp in the left hand to make a G sharp minor 7th with an added 9th. So, once through the loop, if we're doing a 3-to-1 ratio, it should sound something like this. And you're also going to hear this weird, like, it almost sounds like a quacking sort of instrument. That's kind of what I would liken it to, but what it's basically, you're going to hear this part moving around during the verses, and basically what that part does is it just kind of rolls through each one of those chords. It's just playing the same notes that are in those chords that I just showed you. So the quacking, moving part during your verses is going to go like this. You're going to start on an A, you're going to go A, F, D, and then you're going to roll through this chord, G, B flat, D, F, A, F, D, B flat. Then you're going to go A, F, D, A, F, D, D, B flat, G, B flat. And by this point you're to the chord change, so you're going to go B, G, E, C, A sharp, F sharp, D sharp, B. So if I were to play the quacking part of this instrumental backing track, it should sound something like this. So on and so forth. That's the core of this song. And keep in mind that just because I'm playing these 4 notes with my right hand, just because I'm playing 4-note chords with my right hand, doesn't mean you have to also. What's important is that you hit these 5 notes all together. So you could splice it up any way you wanted. You could play a G minor chord in the left hand and then play F and A in the right hand. And then you'd go to, and then something like that. Or you could play 2 notes in the left hand. You could play D minor, E minor, D sharp minor in the right hand. Just as long as the 5 notes in each big chord get hit at the same time. Then there's one high extra piano fill that you're going to hear. The first time you hear it is when Earl says something about sniffle season, or like smile, it's sniffle season, something like that. And what you're going to play is, again, it's going through the same G minor 7th with the added 9th. And this time, since it's higher, what you're going to do is you're going to start here on the G. You're going to go G, B flat, D, F, A. And notice how I start here on my index finger. I play the B flat with my middle finger, and then I cross underneath with my thumb. It just makes the transition a lot easier. It's a little less of an awkward fingering. Because if you try to go through, like, up through that chord, what you're going to see is, and I suppose you could, I don't know, I think it's more comfortable to do this. Whatever floats your boat. But yeah, that's Couch by Earl Sweatshirt featuring Tyler, the Creator.